fuck me 5 times, I love you.
I love you so much.
I like so much. Like, it's, you know what I mean? That's another hormone and
Absolutely.
thing in women.
Facts. You mind?
And
All right, and we're back. Thank you guys for tuning in to yet another episode. I'm Q.
And I'm Lysh.
And this is the Q&A podcast.
So today we have a special guest with us.
Ooh.
We expanding the 2 into a 3 right now. We got E here with us today.
what's up, everybody?
To help us,
I'm so
expand our horizons. You know what I mean?
I'm excited to have a guy on the show just so I could pick the brains, ladies. I'm gonna get some tea. I'm gonna try to figure out what be going on in these men's heads sometimes.
Oh Lord.
Let's
So you talking for the whole mankind right now.
Our babes. He carry on his back right now.
You ready?
I'm gonna answer questions and we're gonna have a conversation. So yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah? You ready?
Cheers to that. He's drinking water, y'all.
I am.
Isn't that so cute?
Aww.
I am.
What's the concept of that?
I mean,
Staying healthy or?
my flow right now is water, so I'm just, that's what I'm taking.
That's your
in.
vibe right now.
As far as like today or just like in general?
Yeah, like how do you step into a space and and connect, right? Like you got to be water, you got to change shape. Like this conversation. Like y'all said, I'm gonna be the answer of all men.
I said carry him on their back.
Let me say to the camera, there's no possible way that I could do that, right? I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm about to mansplain to y'all, but I can answer some questions.
Yeah, give us some tea, give us some insights. You know what I wanted to, I was thinking about earlier. You into sports, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, first of all, I love the location. Like, happy to be in Florida. I'm from the Midwest, all right? So it's nice to be down with the sunny sunshine with my cousin, and
Well,
I don't know.
I'm saying, but sports, we have LeBron over here, man. That's enough said. Like the GOAT.
Okay.
He's my GOAT. He's my GOAT. Let's put it like that.
Yeah,
And that's how.
Don't come in our comments.
I'm not trying to make this a LeBron conversation. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Okay, so you know sports. What about social media? Do you have social media?
I do. So Facebook, TikTok. Just got an Instagram. I chose not to hop on the Instagram.
It's addicting. It's toxic.
Well, I love images. I love pictures. So
Right.
it's like Instagram was like, if I'm trying to find a balance with social media,
Right.
I wasn't ready to add another one at that time.
Right.
So.
Fact.
Okay, then. So then those two, sports, social media. Have you heard about the gentleman Jalen Green and his new situation, that age gap relationship? He's what, 22 years old?
Okay.
Right?
No, I haven't. Want you
haven't?
inform me?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love this. So Jalen Green, what team does he play for?
The Houston Rockets.
Okay, so
I am an NBA fan, so I know NBA. Yeah.
He's 22 years old,
Okay.
and he is in a relationship with a 39-year-old, Drea Michelle.
Okay.
She is an entrepreneur. She's I wouldn't say Instagram model. She's an actress.
We know her from, at least I do, Basketball Wives. She
Right.
was on Basketball Wives.
Okay.
Right. So she's 39. He's 22. She is now pregnant with his first child. What do you, and everybody all over social media is bashing her, saying that she is trying to set him up for money because she's the older one. They are also just saying, why would she have a baby? Like, as a 22, you may not be as mature, but you're a grown man to make your decisions. What do you think about
My
that?
guy Jalen. Okay. Oh wow.
And I heard he a little meal ticket.
Well, look, I appreciate y'all filling me in. That's an interesting thing. So what I heard you say was, you have an older woman that everybody sees is preying on this younger rich man for his money. So it's not real. Like that's the suggestion.
That's what they're giving.
Popular.
She has her own money. She's
Right.
that girl.
So that's where
How long were they together for?
Who knows? Maybe
Okay.
like less than a year.
Okay.
well
If I'm not mistaken.
well that's where it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I mean, again, it's like if she's got her money, he's got his money.
Right.
Why? I mean, most of the women that I have come across with have a desire to have a child at some point in their life.
Exactly.
That's not an abnormal thing.
That's not her first child. That's not her first child.
Her first child is close in age with him. I think she might be 18, 19, something like that.
So do you have a problem with the age? I heard you mention the age.
I don't. What I have a problem is people attacking her on social media as if, you know, she's out to get him. Why would you have a baby by him? Like, he's a grown man, number one. He may not as mature, but you're 22. You able to make your own decisions. If it was my son, like, you able to make your own decision. Second, I know that I'm pretty sure she's had her own money. And third, I really be thinking, like, young men like that, you get you a bad bitch and you just don't know what to do. Like, I feel like he probably wanted the baby more than her, to me. I feel like 22-year-old, you probably think you're never gonna find nobody. She's beautiful, gorgeous. You're never gonna find anybody better than her. This is probably your first real woman. She probably cooking. She's 39. She cooking. She cleaning. She making her own money. I'm sorry, but y'all 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds, you don't know nothing about it. So I feel like when a young man gets a woman of that caliber, they probably want to just hurry up and lock it down. Like, I don't think it's always her. Nobody says nothing with Jay-Z and Beyonce. He's super older than her. They started when they were super young. If it was a woman, a rich woman that was 22 and a 39-year-old man that, you know, people have, where people would be like, oh, he's trying to, no one would say anything about it. It'll be normal at that point. If it was a man that's super older than the woman.
That's always going to be a standard. Whenever the man is older than a woman, no matter who has more money or what, that's always going to be an acceptable thing, as opposed to the woman being so far in her age and mental. And like, I mean, I don't even see it as like a capture. Do you see it as like somebody trying to capture the other person? I just feel like,
from what I heard, it worth a lot of money. I heard
both of them having sex. That's what's gonna happen. Is you gonna get pregnant.
I think there's pros and cons with just age gap relationships. That's a big gap in general. Huge. I feel like 22, he's in his prime. Like, once he figure out his other bad bitches out there that can do the same thing, or young, I just think that it's just tough. And you 39, you ready to settle down. He's not gonna be in the house every day with you. He wants to go out. He wants to explore. He's 22. He just stepped off the porch.
I just, in general.
So of course you're gonna have a normal relationship, but I think age gap relationships like that.
Period. Not just this celebrity type of thing. I just feel like, period. Like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all talking about? Like, that's significant. 39 and 22, that's significant.
I'm gonna try to throw the male perspective in there, and just so your audience knows. All right, I'm a heterosexual male, previously married, single by choice. You know, like looking and understanding, you know, relationships. I think y'all hit a whole bunch of really good points, just in terms of, you know, the age gap. You know, like Jalen Green, when he kind of, you know, when he comes out and is like, man, I'm 22 and I want to live life. What does that actually mean? But as a man, like, there's not, I mean, the age range piece, as long as it's legal and there's a maturity, most men are like, you know, it's
fair game.
Yeah,
everybody's fair game.
Yeah, I think it's. You know, you said it, Lysha. Like, you were like, if, you know, would it be different if it were an older man? I think you said it, Q. An older man versus
the norm. Of course, it won't be different.
I think the main thing that y'all hitting on is like, is he gonna be faithful to that? That's what y'all are talking about. You know, like
the longevity of the relationship.
Yeah, like is it a setup? Like, so there's an assumption that he's not mature enough for the kind of lifestyle that a 39-year-old
And everybody's saying she trying to just lock it in. So that's lifelong. When you have a child, that's lifelong.
But she got her own money. I'm confused.
You can always have more.
And I
you can always have more.
He probably wanted that baby more than she did. I still think that
he want to lock it in too.
He want to lock it in. Okay. Grown woman probably cooking, cleaning, doing every fucking thing.
And honestly, he's getting more out of it than she is, as far as like mental, because like he's a baby. He's a baby. Men are already so much more immature than women in general. So her even dating him so young, like I'm trying to think, like what she got going?
Nothing. That's all I can see. I hate to be.
As far as a grown woman going for that age.
Because if it was me, and I'm meeting somebody, when I ask you what your age is, and then it's that low, at 39, it's like automatic turn off.
Right, fact.
Cause what's up? Like,
right, what we gonna do?
What's up?
What we gonna do?
You just got out of school. What you know about this, and what do you know about that?
Right.
Baby can make it big.
Huge.
Yeah.
Y'all are talking about maturity, like
going through life, like you don't experience. You have not experienced what I've experienced. You haven't had to go through what I had to go through.
Right.
And so for you all, like they can't mature and experience that together. That's what you're saying. They can't do that together. That's what y'all are saying.
She's done. I feel like
she's done a lot of things.
And he won't help her at all.
At 22, what do you know?
Yeah, I'm asking you all.
What do you need? What would it be?
Like let's keep it true.
Patience?
No.
That's what he'll teach her. He'll teach her patience to deal with him. That's what it is. He'll teach her patience. It's too much of a gap.
So you're saying it's impossible.
What is that? How many years is that? Let's add it up.
So you're saying that it's impossible. I want to make
Nothing's impossible. Like, come on. But it's highly, let's say 99.9%. He can't teach her anything. No, he hasn't gone through those things.
What? What are you gonna teach me? Can't teach me no business.
What is it that
making business moves already?
That's interesting.
We can explore new avenues together.
But
what are you teaching me? You haven't done anything. What are you teaching me?
Now say if it was 39 and what's the years between 22 and 39? How many years is that?
10, 17.
Sheesh. So 39 and 17 years up, what is that, 60 something? Then that 39-year-old may be able to teach that. You know what I mean? It's the starting point of it.
In your 30s is when you really adulting.
How mature
you a baby.
You were at 22? Can you put yourself at your age of 22? How were you with relationships, women? How were you? Would you think that you were mature enough to handle
compared to now?
A healthy relationship compared to now?
You still like a teenager.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I mean, I think that the answer is no. Like that's a good comparison. Like at 22-year-old Earl dating had a whole different set of standards. You know, like
slaying stuff.
Yeah, I had. You know, I'm not saying that I had my fun. I had my fun. I'm not saying I was slaying. I'm just saying like I enjoyed myself. But at the end of the day, okay. I'm just saying. I'm being honest.
Safe as hell.
We're being. I'm speaking honestly. This is how I communicate. Early Arrow. That was the original question. Yeah, like I'm not gonna say I wouldn't be ready for an older relationship, but I'm definitely the version of me now would be more prepared for a relationship at that level. But I think what I'm trying to understand that you ladies are saying are like, what is it that when you're talking about him not offering anything, is it about him teaching you how to make money? Is that what you're talking about?
Have you cleaned the house?
Is it money? Is that what you're talking about?
It's not even money.
Have you cleaned the house top to bottom? Have you paid mortgage?
Exactly.
Have you paid rent? Exactly. Do you know the difference between the two? Have you went and got your own car by yourself? Without a co-signer.
He's 22 with a whole lot of money. That's it. And I guarantee you, if that 22-year-old ain't have $1 to his name, well, not $1, normal job, whatever, you think Drea at 39 would be messing with him?
Facts.
All right, so
do you?
Even like
so I gotta hold it down for the fellas right now and say this. I'm gonna throw this at y'all.
Unless he's impeccable at 22, and I just haven't seen it.
So
and I like him young.
That's literally impossible. But okay.
All right, so that's what I was about to say. Like, let's say that I don't know Jalen Green's background, but let's say that Jalen Green came from a home situation where he was exposed to that already.
What's that?
What's exposed mean?
Like everything that you said. Have you paid a mortgage?
So he's paid a mortgage?
I'm saying no. Just hear what I'm saying. I'm saying that he has. That he's been exposed to how to go about navigating life. Right, in those ways, he came from a household. He participated in that, and so now you're coming out, and Jalen Green is connecting with this older woman because he actually has life experience. He was exposed to life.
I'm gonna shut up because you're right. You're right.
That's all I'm saying. Like,
no, because what do you mean? What does exposed mean?
For the fellas.
So, for example, I've had a situation, but there was no big age cap. I've known a previous relationship to be paying bills, rent, light bill, and everything because the parents came from another country. So he was growing up, teaching his mom where to go pay the bills,
Fantastic
how to go
example.
this and that, knowing when the mortgage come. And at that point, we were planning on moving out together. He did not want to because he said, "Who's gonna pay the bill? My mom doesn't know how to pay this or that bill or that." So he was afraid to move out with me and leaving his mother because he was doing everything.
Yeah.
So and that was at 18 years old, and I've been dating that person since we were 15, 16. And it was still that same person, like I said, taught me how to write a check.
So we talking, that's an exception to the rule. We talking about out of 10, that's one. The other 9 don't. So everything is possible. Everything in life is possible.
That's what he's trying to say. It's possible.
So you're saying, but Lysh, you're saying
there's no conversation about nothing.
You're saying it's just not the norm, is what you're saying.
It's not common. That's going to be an exception to the damn rule.
See, and so
that's an exception to the damn rule. Because I was exposed to that as well too. I was in a home where they were paying mortgage, like blah 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 blah. But that doesn't mean that when I actually did it on my own, that was different. You actually experiencing something and doing it for yourself is completely different. You're gonna have those bumps and bruises on you. But you don't have bumps and bruises on me. I got all these bruises, these band-aids, all this different stuff. And so I'm gonna have to watch you get your bumps and bruises.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like for you, what I'm hearing you say is you're really big on, have you gone through your knucks and your bucks? You know what I'm saying? Like have you hit the pavement? And I think the question that I'm trying to figure out, because this is important in terms of, like, let's say you got a woman out there that's saying the dating pool sucks. They could open up their options if this could be figured out. My question is, why can't that relationship be a place to begin testing that out? Like, I'm gonna give you an example, right?
So,
let me give this quick example. Just this quick example. Like when you go look in the hood, right? Mm-hmm. You got people that live in like extreme situations, backs are against the wall, and what do? They learn how to create a system to make wealth and earn money, you know, like whether it's legit or not. There's natural brilliance that comes out of that. Why can't that relationship on the front end be the place where you as a woman take me in as a man, right? Create a space that's safe.
Who the hell want to do that?
So let me. I don't know if you actually. I don't know if you actually.
I don't want to take anybody in and make me feel like I'm responsible for you learning this and learning that.
I don't know if you've actually
But the kind of
give
person
your
that I'm
stance,
talking
though.
about is not going to allow you to make you responsible for them.
So is your stance that you think that a 22-year-old can hold down the mentality of a 39-year-old? So is that your stance?
I think that my stance is that when the expectation of us coming in is that we can't hold it down.
A man or just a young person? A man?
A man, of course you can hold it down, but 22.
I'm going to answer your question directly. I do think that you can have someone at 22 that can hold it down with the right woman. 22 that can hold it down with the right woman.
A woman that's going to settle like we already always do. Like we already are. Why can't we have somebody that's ready to hold it down? We always, because when we had two men that are 39, a man and a woman that is 39, we still got to baby the man mentally and stuff like that. He still got maturing to do. Mm-hmm. So now we gonna put you back to 22.
Oh my God, it's gonna stress us out.
Interesting. But like, why is lack of assets mean that you have to baby this?
I'm not talking about assets. I'm talking about mentality. I'm talking about life. I'm talking about life experiences. You just have not
life experiences, right? Because I was about to say Jalen Green got money, right? So he's set.
I'm not even talking about the money.
So
I'm bringing it back to like people that don't got money. I'm kind of pulling it off of there, really.
39. That's
so I'm trying. I told you my stance. I'm gonna ask you all, like, why is it so important for you all as women to have life experience? Like, why is that like the game changer
in a relationship?
Yeah. Why can't that life experience be built with you? Like,
I've already done it. I'm at 39. I already passed past that stage. And now how we been 22, 25, 22, 27, we can go through that together. But she's 39. I mean, she went through it already. Now I gotta wait for you.
Okay, so
Over a decade.
So he has to
The
go
gap
through
over a decade.
I got you.
It's not even a good 5 years,
Okay.
6 years, 7 years.
That's a good
8
explanation.
years.
And then the babies coming in. There's so many times when we're the same age group,
tough.
and then we're
It would
just
be
like,
more
come
difficult,
on, like
is what
you
you're
not
saying, yeah.
stepping up with you. Like I had the baby, and you think I changed because I had to step up. It's different now than a baby, and so you're 22, and man.
Yeah. Okay. You're talking about the phases that everybody goes through, and like
Once that you can have a relationship where you are able to build that and learn it, like you said. But
And there's
17 years
exceptions. There
apart,
could be-
that's tough. If I'm starting from 22,
Gotcha.
those 17 years can be 40 and
Right.
67.
It's still different.
so. Okay, so my next question for you all that I want to understand and learn is: so what if Jalen Green came out and was like, "Yeah, I know about the phases. I just want to skip them and I want to be a part of the 40-year-old." I already like if that's he chooses that. Is that acceptable
What
for you?
phases
What
though?
phases?
No, we're talking about like life experiences.
Correct.
I'm saying you have to. He's gonna get the bumps. He just hasn't had it yet.
Okay.
I had
Bumps are
10
important.
bumps.
Okay.
He's gonna get 10 bumps too.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sit there and watch you get the 10 bumps.
While we're together, because I feel like how your man deals with certain things in a relationship can also put a damper in. So if
And
you
you-
don't know how to deal with the bumps, that's gonna put a lot on.
And you're supposed to be the head of the household. You're supposed to be the head of the household as far as I'm supposed to look to
And
you
be
to
submitting to you.
submitting to you.
Honest.
That's very difficult to submit
20-year-old.
to somebody if you're 39 and they're 22. That's going to be
You
difficult.
gotta be impeccable.
I mean, submit? That's a whole nother different thing now.
Wow.
Now, okay, I can understand
appreciate
us
this
trying to be
conversation. This is
equal, but to submit to a 20?
So help me as I would like to understand, like, what is the threshold for you all worthy of submission? Like, what is what is that
I
whole
think
nother
outside of a
threshold? What
decade
is
is
submit?
difficult.
Like, what is that?
I think outside of a
Over
decade,
10 years will
it's
probably
difficult.
be difficult. No, but it's,
Outside of
it's,
10
it's
years
the
is
starting
difficult.
age. Them 10 years could be 30 and 40 and we straight.
Okay.
40
Right.
and we straight. It's that early 20s type of
I think even in the 30s, I think
early
you learn about
20s,
yourself
and
in the
I'm in the
30s.
late 30s, or if you were early 20s and I'm in like the late 20s, early 30s,
Right.
it's still growing. It's still growing, but that 22 is such a
Listen,
boy.
my husband and I, we're a 6-year difference. We're a
That's-
6-year difference. I met him when I was 20,
But here we go
turning
again. That's normal. You're
21.
not even shaking me.
And I feel like we's here. You know what I mean? But not to say that he's immature. He's
That's
on it.
women
He's
mature
on
than
it.
men.
But I've always been like an old soul. So I've never felt. Yeah. Now I could ask him and see what he say. I know that he felt like there's things that I didn't experience. You know what I mean? But he would agree, like head on too. Like he thinks that age gap is just too much. It's hard for him to respect a young mind. I know that for a fact. A lot of times he'll see the age difference, like what the heck what you trying to do with that? Y'all just having intercourse at that point. Like what are y'all talking about? Ain't nothing to talk about.
And you're saying as the norm, which makes sense.
I think
Okay.
men older
Yeah.
than women.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody ever talks about that. Nobody.
Because a lot of times, to be
It's
honest,
all
they're the head of the household as the man. Woman is to submit, and then a lot of times, if they already got quote unquote everything going on, whatever you think everything going on is, a lot of times they just want something pretty to look at, to giggle at them, and to. So, you know what I mean?
I think that men older, you know, I just, for me, it's just a matter of like, I think men have a longer lifespan of creating life than women do. So it goes further, and I think that there's just a natural like draw to it. Like I think for men, I'm not saying like dating women of like a wide range. You know, like
Of ages.
yeah, yeah. I'm not saying, and I'm not in any way like advocating for like dating younger women or dating older women. I'm just saying that, you know, I think that there is this, when your body can still create life.
Right.
Right? There is at 60, 65, I think Robert De Niro just had a baby, right? I think that there is a something like inherently that in men where it's like, you know, like I got a sexual urge, and so I'm looking at the. I think for women there is a more maternal, like y'all are like trying to develop, like and cultivate, build, like you know, you're the creators of life, like literally. So you know, maturity is a huge deal. Like, can I be safe? And that's what I'm hearing y'all say is like, how can a 23-year-old without life experiences keep me safe? And I respect that. I do.
So.
Was that what y'all was saying?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That makes sense.
It's kind of like a instinctual thing too, like as the king of the jungle facts. Like move in that type of way. But talking about that age gap difference, so many people in their late 30s too have like gone through like serious long-term relationships or marriage, divorce.
That matters.
So you go through those type of things, and then the 22-year-old hasn't barely had their long-term relationship. So, and you say you were once married. You were once married.
Set him off, and he was like, "I'm out."
So Alicia, like, would you suggest then that, like, we shouldn't have marriages in our society until at least the age of early 30s?
I don't think men should get married
until why would I say that?
I mean, if a 23-year-old is not ready, you know.
No, I'm saying like as a 39-year-old, you've had two long-term relationships and you've been.
Okay.
You think?
How many
married in the 20s?
How many long-term relationships have you had? Outside of the marriage, yeah. Like how many people would you say that you dated and then you had your marriage?
3 outside of my marriage.
And then how many do you think that 22-year-old has had? So you're 39.
He on what, 15, 16, 17?
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So things like that, like you've gone through the grind of 2 relationships.
Totally get it.
You've gone through a marriage.
Totly get that.
Now this 22-year-old like, you want to date me? You want to date me?
So now, Alicia, here's what I'm asking.
Do you even know what that means?
Lysh, here's what I'm asking you, right? Should that 22-year-old not get married at all, or is it okay for that 22-year-old to get married to another 22-year-old?
Yeah, just dating and experiencing life.
Wait.
So you're saying
you think a man can get married in their 20s? You think
that's not the point I was trying to make, but if you want to ask me that question, I think that people of the same age, if they're dating and stuff like that, that's when they can get married.
It's gonna be over. It's gonna be over.
I don't know. I think you could date later and be over too. I think you could be dating later.
I do not endorse that, but I want to hear more about that. Like,
no.
why?
I think I learned that from an actual therapist, though.
No man before the age of 30.
He said that no man should get married before the age of 30, and he said it because he was like testosterone levels. He was like, he doesn't think anybody within the 20s is mature enough to sustain a successful marriage. Number one, he says men are built to look and feel everything with their eyes. You lose testosterone when you turn 30. And he says it's just scientifically proven that more successful marriages with men are after 30.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
When did you get married?
Wow.
How old were you?
I was in my mid-30s, so.
Well, you maybe yours just didn't work because
early to mid-30s.
20.
Well,
crazy.
But what you're saying is that's dope. That's great. Wow. I'm not saying I'm not.
I definitely recommend my son, and I'll tell him to wait till.
You would tell him to wait till 30.
Absolutely.
Now does that hold the same for women?
No, because we're built different. We don't have that testosterone.
Built different.
A woman can meet somebody at 16 and know this is the person I want to be with the rest of my life.
Yeah.
The rest of my life.
Yeah.
The therapist would tell me, try not to think about forever with your partner.
Right.
You know what I mean? With a man, try not to ever think about forever. He was so good. And he wasn't trying to tear.
Try not to think about
men
forever.
are just not thinking like that. We don't think that. We think for the moment always. You know what I mean? Like he's like they don't see forever.
I was like, they so damn dumb.
Let me get some water off
they
that.
So dumb.
Definitely, like you don't think about forever because it's the reason why we have infidelity at some point. For men, just I made a mistake. I did this. I did that. He just said, just never think about forever. You know you want to be with somebody, but it's just not wired that way.
To counteract that, I saw it was a group of guys talking, and this one was saying that he learned that they should lock it in early, because what happens is they learn a pattern of just like, you know, infidelity, not committing to, not having monogamy.
Yep.
They learn that.
Wow.
Then they have to unlearn that.
Both
when they
sides
find
of
the
the
one.
coin here.
That's exactly what he was
They have to unlearn that, so they're messing up because they've already
And he was like saying when people
learned this
date,
bad like habit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's,
that
y'all
you
are,
have to learn.
y'all on fire right now.
He
So,
was like, you can't
Get married,
nobody.
fellas.
He was like, every time
so don't get married, get married.
Get married.
Did y'all see?
No, but
Did y'all
not
see
like-
it? Did y'all see how that worked?
Not
Like,
get married, because if you're not cheating on me up and down. But anyway, but the learning process, he was just like, men don't just meet somebody and think that you're gonna change like this when you do get married. Like they said, you have to, that men have to learn certain things.
Yeah.
okay, so I mean, so I guess my wrap-up question is, what's the better of two evils, right? Like, wait until the man is in his 30s, let him get that all out of his system, you know, and then go from there, or what Alicia said.
Because we could be
Or what Alicia said.
serious,
Right.
and you're learning in that seriously dating. Like lockdown will always have to be we going to marry. Lockdown
Right.
can be we are building.
I
Like,
definitely
right now,
don't
I'm
think there's no
locked down.
reason
I'm
to
ready.
rush into marriage. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think there's a reason
So
to rush into
lockdown is
marriage.
like knowing you want to be with somebody to go through whatever it is. Like you learning to that point.
And hold on,
You
what's
don't
it?
just date and think you're gonna
Really
change,
quick,
like,
just so I know, married?
Not married, but I'm locked down.
You locked down.
Locked down.
Okay,
Come on.
okay, got you.
You might as well call it, baby.
But and as you know, I just you're right. I just don't think people should rush into marriage because it don't change the relationship. Like you dating for a certain, don't change the relationship.
You know, again, I'm sitting here as a man. I'm listening to y'all. It's fascinating. That the last two that you all hit. So, I think the question that I have is, you talked about we're not built like that. The biology piece. So men and women are built different. So should men and women hold like certain roles in a relationship, like across the board, based off of that biological build?
Yes.
Or is it like, you know, like women and men should just do whatever they?
No, I think there's definitely roles.
Okay.
Definitely roles. And I think men know that they roles. Like it just like they want, you're supposed to, as a woman, to submit to a man for certain things. I think that that's a role of a woman to submit, and I think it is a role of the man to be dominant in a household. And I'm not just talking about men that's out here just dating whoever and want every person that they date to submit to them, or I'm talking about like serious households. You're together, you're building something. I think that there's definitely need to be roles.
And what do you think?
Well, I mean, this is one of those conversations that me and the fellas, we'll sit around and talk about, because, you know, I'll say this, like, I think black women have like a truly like superwoman like expectation to live up to in this life. You got to be successful in your career. You got to be a super mom. You got to be a sex goddess. You know, you got to be a therapist. You got to be it all, right? Mm-hmm. For me, when I think about roles, it's like, well, like, what are you gonna, like, you can't do it all, you know, and still like have a healthy like relationship. That's what I found in my last marriage, right? Mm-hmm. So like, what's the roles gonna be? Like, what are the spaces that you're gonna say yes to?
So you said that there are roles as a man and a woman. There's roles.
Yeah, I think that there are, but I think that the roles are not. We're in a society right now where the roles are not, nobody
clarified. They're not clear.
They're clear, but they've been like presented over time as negative to break down the black family, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And I think the roles are not always the same for each household too.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a bit, because some people have a roles like, okay, the woman stays home, they cook, they clean, man pays the bills and all. I think it's a different society right now.
And Q, I appreciate the tone that you took when you said that. They cook, they clean, like that.
It could be the other way around and it's working just fine.
But that's the energy around it, and I get it because the culture doesn't respect cooking and cleaning, right? So like, you as a woman, like, everybody wants to belong and everybody wants to feel a sense of like worth and status in the world that they live in. So, but dang, man, like that right there, cooking and cleaning, like, you're talking about, like, if you take God in it, it's, you know, cleanliness is next to godliness. That's huge. You're creating a godly environment, nourishing somebody, like energy. That's huge. But that's not a role that, like, in this society, that women in this culture can champion and say, you know, like, I'm this, I'm that, you know, because there's a disrespect to it, and it's unfortunate because it's the cornerstone of the very family. So as a man, you talk about men, Alicia, have to, like, lead the household. It's my responsibility to make sure that woman that elects to invest in that feels like a queen. So the point that I'm just making about roles at the end of the day is, you know, you got to choose if you're going to be down for them, you know, and if you're trying to prove a point to your partner, if you're trying to, you know, like, prove a point, you know, through your status in the relationship, there's going to be certain roles that you're not going to allow.
Right.
So it's like, what's the function? So that's my last. I'm not advocating for or against. Like, I think that depends on the people, but I do think that there are biological roles that women and men
like.
Oh, you want examples?
You said you know what they are.
Okay. I think the development of the child, you know, women. Okay. I think the ability to go out and secure, you know, resources for the home, like a much more yang kind of energy, men. Now, a man can raise children and a woman can go out, but it's about, like, what do you choose to lean into? If you agree within yourself that there are biological differences between men and women, do you say, you know what, I'm gonna lean into my strengths, or do you say, look, it's my calling to kind of taking a bit more yang energy as a woman. I want to be the top CEO. That's okay, right? But don't expect to be, you know, like, top chef in the kitchen. You know, like, that takes.
I don't agree 100% on that. As far as raising the child, and I don't think you agree with that either. I think you used raising a child as far as holding the household down, but raising a child, the way that you're involved, no. The way that you're involved with your child, no. I think raising a child and having children, I realize how much that woman and that man need to be involved in that child, in their success. So I don't think raising her, I do think, like you said, that chef part.
Good clarification.
Like, if you know, the person that's cooking and cleaning, typically the woman is honing in on that. You do find that's the exception. Some guys, they like to clean, some guys like to cook, and that's that. But for the most part, the woman's holding down the cooking and cleaning. I can understand they 70% on that. The man bringing home the money, that they 70% on that. Those are, but raising the child, no. The man and woman need to be involved in that one big time.
I don't disagree with you. That was good clarification. You know, you asked for an example. Let me take it another step. One that you've been saying a lot lately.
What'd I say?
You know, it's in a man's, you know, biology to be the person that's upholding God in the household, right? So you're talking about routines, right? There's a fire that comes with keeping up with those routines, right? So you can put that on the woman, you know, but then there's also, you know, it's just a different approach. You're right about my daughter, but make no mistake, as I'm raising my daughter, she's 4, I'm pulling off of my yin energy with that, you know? There's a fire that I have, right? I'm just in a season where but when you commit to a lifestyle and you say, like, and this is real, and I'm thinking about this as I get ready to hop back out into the dating world at 38 years old. It's like, do you match with a woman that is all about her career, right? Do you match with a woman that wants to be 100%, you know, stay at home? Or do you match with a woman in between, and it depends on, like, what it is that you bring to energetically to the relationship, you know? But yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's a choice. Alchemy. You know what I'm saying?
I think those roles and everything like that, the cooking, the cleaning, or the making money and all this goes into like some non-negotiables for some people in their relationships. So I'm like curious to know like what are your non-negotiables
And you
in a
about
relationship?
You about to go out in the dating world again, so.
Yeah, what's a non-negotiable? Fresh. We won't even get into.
Give me an example.
We've been talking about solid relationships or relationships with kids. We're talking about.
And you specifically, you.
We'll go into the dating pool, so that includes red flags, like first date. What's a non-negotiable?
Y'all ask me questions. I'm open to it.
Someone's you loving the girl. She is, everything that you want. Entertaining to you. You are intrigued. You want to see her more and more. Everything is going good. It's just that one thing that you just cannot deal with. Like there was one thing that a friend of mine said that he was dating this girl. Girl was just
on it.
He's very, very involved in his children's life. He said that girl handled his child wrong one time. She was done. One time.
That's what you mean by non-negotiable.
Yeah, or it could be like my non-negotiable is let me see, something real simple.
You say you know what I'm talking. What? You don't want to say it?
I'm not dating nobody shorter than me. That's non-negotiable. Okay. Not doing it. Like, you know what I mean? It could be physical non-negotiable.
Okay.
It could be a trait non-negotiable. You know what I mean?
Those are good examples.
Different things are non-negotiable. So I'm curious to know what are your non-negotiables in a dating world? Would you say you're about to hop up out? You hop out with 2 people?
Oh man, nah. Okay, so let me set the stage so y'all know who y'all talking to. Like I've been working on this for the last several years, so this is the first time I'm talking about it out loud, especially with women. So I promise to be as honest as possible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the authenticity, but I haven't pieced it together with words before. But what I'm talking
is that deep?
Man, you go through a divorce, right? Mm-hmm. You have to take time to restructure the way you see relationships and marriage.
When did you divorce?
Yeah.
When did you divorce?
When? In 2020.
Okay.
Wow.
So we 4 years.
Yep, 4 years out.
And you've not dated?
No. So, and I'll be honest. I had a friend with benefits, right? I did.
For the whole time, or there's been a few?
No, it's like during the time.
And what's the point of that? Friend of benefit, is it because she wasn't good enough for you to lock down, or you wasn't ready, but you was having fun? What's the point of that?
What's the point of it? I would say, you really want to go into this. Okay. I would say number one, it was my ability as a man to express an outlet, a sexual outlet, because sex is important to the human body, to relationships, all of that.
Right.
With somebody that, that I had a friendship with and that I trusted, but we also both agreed on the front end that we weren't equally yoked spiritually, so there wasn't a future with that.
Okay.
So
what's the point? Oh, well, just
he
sexually.
Yeah,
sex,
right.
And how long did that go on?
I mean, about a year and a half.
And you know what? And you didn't never fell in love, never.
Right. That I think is difficult.
You fucked me 5 times. I love you.
I love you so much.
I like you so much. Like, it's, you know what I mean? That's another hormone and
absolutely
thing in women.
Facts. You mind?
And this, I think this is a great point that sex for women.
That's why we cheat in different instances.
Oh yeah.
Not we, but you know what I'm saying? That's why we.
That's that biological difference.
It's for a different reason than when men can go out there and go sing. That's true. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and for men it's different. No, I'm good. Like I said, this is my year of authenticity, so I'm gonna speak, the truth the way I know it. So. So it was setting boundaries, like at the end of the day, for me, I knew exactly what I wanted, was going to give her access to me, and was open about it and communicating. And
did that go smooth for that whole year and a half?
Yeah, there was one time where there was a frustration point, and it was like, but at the end of the day, I was using it as an extension of my restructuring my relationship, my approach to relationships. So back to your non-negotiable question. My non-negotiable right now that comes to my mind. Man, non-negotiable. is a woman that doesn't want to be in my daughter's life. Like, so like the woman that, you know, that comes into my life, I want her to be, like when you said those examples and old girl like mishandled her child one time,
I think she
felt
looked
that.
at him wrong, and he was like, "Oh, he saw." She must have, you know, he was young, 2 or 3, 4, or whatever, and he was playful, and she must have looked at him like, "Get the hell, like you're annoying," type of thing.
Man.
Oh, yeah,
he took that one thing. Even though she may have not said stop,
as opposed to like clarifying, like why did you do
her body
that,
language and what she looked like, he knew.
He ain't had to talk about it.
Yeah. You know, one of the things, and this is why it was kind of challenging for me to answer. One of the things that I had to move away from was this concept of non-negotiables being equally yoked in terms of the things that I like, you like too. So a big part of these last several years has also been stepping into, you know, my own interests. So like when I show up, it's like, look, you know, you see the roller skating here, you know, and shout out to Louisville, Kentucky. This is one of the, it says Just Skate, but this symbol is one of the great skaters that's out there. I'm not gonna throw any names out there. I'm just gonna throw brands. You know, it's good people out there. It's much love. But skating, I'm gonna show up and be like, I'm gonna be at the rink twice a week. And if she's like, well, that's the problem, and that's a non-negotiable, right? Like,
because this is something for you.
It's for me. It makes me a better man.
Right.
I'm gonna come and I'm gonna bring my love and, you know, and my devotion and my hard work. But compromising for happy wife, happy life, I'm not going to expect that from my partner, and I would hope that she wouldn't expect it from me.
And that's it. You mad? I can't imagine. Don't go to the skate ring. Like, what? You're not saying I'm going to the block. I'm talking about to the strip club 2 days a week. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that. So I think that's an easy one for you. Very easy.
Yeah.
What would have been what was your non-negotiable? Because
I don't have any non-negotiables. I agree with you as far as like, okay, so me, I would think of non-negotiables that once I'm attracted to you physically and we start doing stuff. So I understand non-negotiable, the height thing, because I do prefer a man that is significantly taller than I am.
Right.
But as far as like non-negotiables, I feel like I'm such like I don't know about forgiving person, or I just understand there's always two sides to every story. So I just feel like I don't have any non-negotiables. I'm willing to hear you out and what you got going on.
Because you're thinking about once you get in a relationship, because I feel that way too. Once you get in a relationship, because if you get in a relationship with me, then you didn't pass all the non-negotiables. The non-negotiables be like in the dating part. Once we in there, whatever you throw at me, we'll, figure it out if you're my person. Because if you date with me, then that means you already.
Give me another non-negotiable outside of height.
You don't have no plan in your head. If you don't have no plan, like if I'm meeting you and
you don't have any goals.
Like, you don't have any goals. You don't have no plan. Like you just working. And just have you don't tell me like I inspired to do this, or if you're not already doing it, or this is what I want, or if you're doing something, I want to go ahead and get this account ready, and I just want to hear plans. I like plans.
Right. Okay.
But that emptiness, and I've been a victim of that before. And this is what I'm thinking about now. But I've been with somebody that just be working and no plans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my man always tell me like you're a product of me, like or he's a product of me, like. Your person that you with kind of says something about you too.
Fact.
And I've been in relationships where I'm like, people look at me like, girl, what are you you doing with something like that? And I had to learn that. So like a person with no plan is a non-negotiable. Like with an emptiness up here, you just think because you're working, you making $1, but there's nothing else going on, a plan or aspirations. Because you could be 50 years old still aspirating for more. There's billionaires out here still aspirating for more property or whatever. A plan. You don't have no plans in your head. You don't have no suggestion. You know what I mean? No aspiration. Help me.
Aspiration. I need somebody. I feel like I have more things that I want than more things that I don't want. And I don't know if that's because I'm kind of naive to the dating game. I haven't had that many long-term relationships. So I have more things that I need in a relationship than things that are like red flags to me. I don't know.
So think about a non-negotiable. You ain't giving me shit yet.
Well, I need somebody that has like a hobby, something they're passionate about outside of like work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Whether it be just something that you're creative with, it doesn't have to necessarily bring you money, but I feel like you like to read books, you like to go skate, you like to whatever.
What if your husband was a gamer? So they're on the video games all day. That's a hobby. Is it any hobby or is it specific hobbies?
Listen, I don't want something that's gonna take up all your time intently. You know what I mean? But I do feel like I want you to have another outlet outside of just watching damn TV, coming home and watching TV.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I like that too.
Makes sense.
So
it's important.
I like that too.
It's important. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, good question. Good question. Questions, you know.
I'm trying to think of what's another non-negotiable. I don't know if I have any sexual non-negotiables. Let me see. We gotta spice it up a little bit.
Do you have any?
Are you?
What if she had one arm?
Nah, I don't discriminate against that. No.
See, I love that.
And discriminating is that word gets used the wrong way. Like, no, it's not about. That's what I was about to say.
You have both limbs.
You good?
Sorry.
You good? No.
Both four limbs. Sorry.
No, I don't have that kind of preference. I mean, I think for me, like,
you are such a nice guy.
me, I'm a thoughtful guy.
So you
some women wouldn't say that from my past. So,
one
yeah.
arm, like you just love her the same, and just
I mean, it depends. Here's what it depends on. I'm gonna tell y'all something about men. You know what makes y'all sexy as women?
What?
Confidence. Not fake confidence, real confidence. Yeah. Quick story that I'll share with you. I think that's true. I remember when I was in college, I went to a concert. It was India Ari, right? India Ari is not somebody that I was naturally attracted to, right? But when I saw her up on the stage, and it was a small, intimate concert, she even took her hair off. She had shaved it all off. At that time, light skin, long hair, 2000s, right? That's my era, right? But she had so much confidence up there that, that was the first time that I had experienced, like kind of a feeling of lust, like that woman is sexy.
That's so interesting. That's so cute.
But it's a fine line between here's the thing, right?
He said, but don't get it twisted.
But it is a fine line, between, you feel me, like real confidence and, fake confidence.
True.
So.
Fake confidence is all over social media.
Man, social media, times are tough right now.
Fake it till you make it.
Times is tough right now. Yeah,
fake it till you make it.
You got to. So, non-negotiables, man, and you talked about sexually.
Can you date somebody that is bisexual?
Somebody that's a woman?
Everybody bisexual.
Can you date a woman that's bisexual?
That has had experiences with women in the past?
Either had experiences or is currently sexually attracted to men and women.
Yeah. Okay.
That's easy.
That's not easy. That's not easy.
For men?
That's not all men. It's not.
And you're right, because
it's not all men.
You're right.
Men.
And they may like it for fun, but then they may not want to marry it. I think if you get like your super religious men, then yes. Because if you're taking the Bible and it's
or less than
you a man watching right now, comment below.
Yes, I like girls that attract me.
Is that a woman that you could lock down or marry? A woman that likes to or has had sexual experiences with women? That's not a no-brainer. I know men that don't.
So if they don't, then you think the man will never want a threesome? There's gonna be two girls doing that. That's not attractive.
There's men that don't want to share their room with nobody.
That don't want to do a threesome?
Yes.
Let me introduce
have you had one?
I've never.
Would you?
I've definitely thought about it.
Would you want to share your woman with somebody else?
You asked me a question about a threesome. I'm open to it, but like you said, yeah, there's circumstances.
It's a mental preparation. It's a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm saying having one with your person. Do you want to share your person?
That's not a universal answer for me.
And that's not sharing. That's an experience.
Yeah. That's not a universal answer.
Everybody takes it different.
Yeah. I think now women, I think it's so common that for the other side, girls like girls and men like. I think that's a common. Like when I hear that, it's like this is a no-brainer. But we switch around and say, do I want to date somebody that is bisexual? Absolutely, the freak not. No.
That's a no.
Do I want? You know what I mean? Those are the type of things that are cringy, like, which is a society again.
Yeah.
It's how much more is accepted for lesbians than it is for gay men? How much? You know what I'm saying? It's the world we live in.
No, men can be gay, but they can't be bisexual.
How often are they even gay men or bisexual men? How often is that accepted? Because in my head here, I'm one of those people. I don't think there is no bisexual men. If you like men, you say you like girls, you just gay. I'm one of those people. I don't think that there's a bisexual man. That's
But bisexual means that you
like them both?
You get hard off of looking at her or looking at him.
So you're saying it's like a feeling, and you're saying it's an actual experience.
For a threesome?
No. You're talking about being gay, right?
No, you were saying bisexual doesn't exist, and then you were saying.
No, I think for men, like that's me stereotyping and just having my ignorant thought and being honest. I don't think there is a man that's bisexual. If you like men, to me, you just gay. And
so even though he may like a girl or date a girl, you're thinking you really want to be with a guy.
I think that he
really want to be with a guy.
Yeah,
got you.
I think society supports that because I've had to choose to have a more open mind to that community, like in terms of understanding it. But I feel you, like in terms of like my natural inclination is if a man is with a man, then. Right. You don't
think he could ever go back and just date a woman?
Well, I'm saying that now I totally understand.
I don't trust it.
But I'm saying I understand that energy, like, because that's part of the like popular society. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what I'm saying is I think that proves my point. That brings up the point to say that I think the guy was saying that he wouldn't want to date a woman that is bisexual because if I'm dating you, I'm giving you the P. But you like women too. You want the boobies. You want to feel on a woman. So then I can't. So now I gotta wonder: are you ever gonna want to go out and step out on the relationship because you're interested in that?
Sad for that man.
Why?
Because listen, even
he could date a woman that don't like women.
What are these lesbians doing when they have sex with the other girl? What these girls got strapped on to their goddamn waist?
Right.
What do they have strapped?
But still, they don't got boobies and blah blah.
What is it? No, because
you don't think women are beautiful. You don't think women are beautiful. You don't think they sex? Okay,
but I need dick.
Oh, so you're saying so when you finally settle, even if you,
I think that's it. Even the gay girls want the dick. Don't let them fool you. When they go home at night, the girls put the shit around their waist and they get fucked with the dick. Fake one.
This has gotten very. Just went up a notch.
Like, don't let these gay girls.
I'm just listening.
Like, we look like girls, but we need dick. That's the bottom line. And I want every man to know that you guys have the power.
Oh, that's why you were saying.
I'm just listening.
Okay.
I'm just listening.
Next time. What the hell you was finna say?
No. I was saying that. What was I saying? Wasn't you saying something like you feel like all men have the potential to want to be with a man or some shit like that? No.
Girl, I did not say that.
Okay.
I said all women. I think all women have the potential to be with a woman. I think all women, if they were in a certain circumstance.
Or something like if a man has been with a man before, he's going to want to continue to be with a man or something.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Something like that.
If you been with a man one time, like...
If a man has been with a man one time, he's not going to be like, nah, that didn't go for me.
That's why. You didn't think you're not going back. That's replace dick. Nothing.
conversation, man.
A man can do what a woman can do. A woman can eat our cat.
Facts.
A man can do the same. There's nothing a woman
But he may be like, yeah, no, that didn't work for me. That didn't work for me.
A woman can do to us that a man can't do, but it's a lot that a man can do that a woman can't do. That's my point. That's my point. And that's why I say a threesome or liking girls is an experience. That's what I say. It's not necessarily sharing, because guess what? That girl can never do what that man does for you. Now, if it was the other way around, we have to worry, because I can't fuck you in the ass, sir. You see what I'm saying?
You put a strap on. Come on, strap up, cute.
We don't know what we do.
So at this point, I'm just gonna ask y'all questions because I am not a part of any of those communities, and I'm just learning, listening to you all.
I'm a part. I love girls.
There you go. See,
I always say, and you know what?
I could tell you were speaking from experience. You were passionate about it. You were like,
women are just so beautiful. I think every girl. That's why we have girls. Like, I'm not the most friendliest girl, whatever, but I see with my eyes too. I would say I'm probably more friendlier to the girls that I find attractive. Like, if you're pretty to me, I'm your friend. I don't want to
What's that about?
Like, pretty girls love pretty girls.
Pretty girls love pretty girls.
She's a girl's girl. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you right now. If my husband found out, I haven't, but if he found out that I've had a sexual experience with a woman before, he would leave me.
Wow.
Because it's without him. That's all.
I mean, I respect it. I respect it. You know, like I think that this is what it comes down is like whatever your standard is. You know.
And then I don't believe he would just leave you. Just know I forgot to
He would leave me.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
I've been told.
We gotta wrap this up, y'all. We've been just talking. All right, so that brings us to a closing. We had so much fun today. Ladies, I got y'all insight from our guest here. He gave us some of the tea, some of the background of certain things.
Thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it.
For sure.
So yeah, we'll leave socials down below so we can stay connected with y'all and everything.
And remember, he's single, ladies. He's gonna jump out.
At some point.
So yeah, we gotta have you on later to let us know about that journey.
All right, yeah. Like it's a good space to talk. I appreciate you all opening up too.
Yeah.
You know, like you all sharing the ladies' perspective. This doesn't happen enough. Like so,
Facts.
Right.
And that's how it's gonna. I got some new things and nuggets that I'm gonna take out when I build my my eventual dating, profile, whatever that looks like. Cause.
Thanks again for joining us. Again, everything will be below, socials will be below, and we will catch y'all on the next one.
And we out.
Peace out.